In the last few years, the city of Ventura has gone through a change, and the residents have taken notice. From new apartments and houses that have gone up around the neighborhood that seem out of reach for many residents who are struggling financially. For someone to be able to afford the $4,600 in rent, they would usually have to make 2 or 3 times the rent. And that comes out to $11,500 gross before taxes. Which makes you wonder, who exactly did they have in mind when they were building these? Other parts of the city have gone through this as well. With the pandemic, downtown Ventura went through a major change, turning downtown from this to this. And whether you were for it or against it, in some way, it had its effect on you. The Department of Agriculture named Ventura County one of the most desirable places to live in America. The reasons include mild sunny winters, mild summers, low humidity, topographic variations, and access to a body of water. It's the stereotypical California life. There's miles of sand, and people come from all over the place to enjoy this. What you're looking at right here. The sights, the sounds of this hidden gem that's tucked in somewhere between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara. But they're two sides of the coin, and some don't want their backyard to be a tourist destination, bringing in a lot of people from different areas with mixed emotions and feelings about their experiences in Ventura. For everyone who's in favor of the idea of a better future for the city and its residents, there are people who want to keep it the way it is. They don't want tourists and developers coming and destroying the place they call home. And some see it as a way to take the city out of the past and into the future.
There are tells with management, with me, about how I can always leave. It hurts, but they don't mean it to hurt. They're businessmen. I'm sure that they get a cut for running somebody out.
We begin this story downtown with the Ventura resident. She was a doctor, therapist, and a professor who fell on hard times after being diagnosed with breast cancer.
For this, I just don't know if you're allowed. I mean, I think that this is really, and so what was I going to, the window that I poked out of on the floor. Okay, there's a window to the right of it. That's going into my room. And then that window that looks sort of trashy, but that's actually, looks better on the inside. That's the other window of my room. That's the least that they would have had to do after switching it, just because of our complaints last year, to the other side by this time on Friday.
Okay.
You helped me remember what it was for, and it's a big deal, and I'm all for the making money. But when you've got this stage, which I hope I described
very accurate with the.
Well, you know, this is akin to living on the tracks, not even next to the tracks. It's so, I mean,
How late does the music usually go till? Like late?
Well, they have it advertised. And because it's wine, see, when they have the smaller stage, sometimes they will have some really not mellow bands.
Yeah.
But 3 hours max. Exactly. So we don't complain. By the time I complained, his mailbox was full.
I bet.
and City Hall is closed every other Friday, and this happens to be that Friday. And I don't think that was lost on Mr. Kevin, who is the director.
Okay.
We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the director. So what happened when you complained?
I have his number. I haven't called him yet. But
Oh, is that the same thing?
for Kevin?
You were telling me of the power of my voice, and I was telling you of the tremendous volume
Yes,
of yours. And you have not called Kevin?
I haven't called
Okay,
him.
now here's the thing, is that his mailbox is full. I don't think it's any different now than it was at 11:30.
But he did give you a call back, or?
Yeah, because I sent, you know the option to send a text? And
Yeah.
they have the standard, this is urgent, call at your earliest, I did that. And because so much is going on, he doesn't know where it's coming from. I don't know if he's gotten, but anyway, he called back.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. 'Cause
He might just answer because,
I got his number today too, so I have it. To call him.
okay, because today's really the day to let him figure out how to do it better
Yeah, I'll
tomorrow.
give him a call.
We don't have double pane windows because because even though the first floor does, because we're a historic building.
Yeah.
So, and I love that about this place. I really don't mind living here. I kind of like it a lot. It's just knows this building like the back of his hand. He's really irreplaceable.
Yeah.
He comes to my door and I said, "Are you here to caulk the room?" And he said, "Oh no, that's a waste of time. That's in your head." And I don't know how to record that sort of shit, and I know better with them than to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
And you know how I used to be about everybody standing up for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I shouldn't have to be making myself small for them.
No.
And I'm so small. You heard say that he hadn't called Kevin yet. What's he getting out of this? Money I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think that this is all money that would go to compensation here or compensation to whatever they had to compensate businesses on the other side, which is the restaurants that don't want to be too close but are serving them wine.
Yeah.
But they want the loud revelry, drunken revelry that goes on all night to be safely over here so that they don't have to pick up the mess near there. Although people come and pick up the mess, this is all, and that's why I don't understand. We complained last year and they changed it. And that's what pisses me off, is that they decided again that we're an empty building.
Yeah.
They would not be
wouldn't
doing
do
it.
that.
And that's the story. And it's got to be shown because the gentrification of Ventura, they really would, they don't care that we're not comfortable. Because if I move, who owns this place rents it out for $900 a month.
Yeah.
And they'll paint it and put carpeting in, which were old when I moved in 2011.
When I reached out to the director of Ventura's Economic Development Division, I never got a response. There are many people just like Donna who don't have the resources to just pack up and move elsewhere. And because she lives in a low-income building, this is the type of treatment she receives, as well as other residents. And how is this fair? Exposure to sound levels above 85 decibels is considered damaging to human hearing. Now imagine something like that going on for a few hours at a time. Imagine how you would feel if it were your house. I don't believe you'd be okay with that.
There are a lot of people sick here who have to be in their rooms.
The city of Ventura has definitely gone through a change, and whether it's a good or bad thing is left up to the opinion of the residents and their experiences. And those opinions will vary from person to person and place to place. Progress has always been a necessary evil, and you're going to have people for it and against it. But there definitely is a way to go about it, and it shouldn't be at the expense of certain residents based on their location. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a brighter and better future for the city, just so long as everyone's included in that conversation.